Good morning, everyone. My name is Sandra Feuell. I'm Insurance Development Manager with the Right Mortgage and Protection Network. Today I'm with Michael Gregory, who is a protection specialist at Black and Gold Financial Services. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, Sandra.
Nice to see you again.
I know, yes, thanks for having me on.
That's okay. So, how did you get into the industry in the first place? What were you doing before, and how's it going generally?
Well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, really. The last 20 years or so, I've been in the hospitality industry. I had my own pub for the last 15 years, and then, as you've seen in the news, victim of pub closures, what's been over the last 10 years. I've known Bobby and a partner from Black and Gold for a long time, and they just made me, when I closed my pub down, they made me aware of an opening for a protection specialist at Black and Gold Financial Services. I did have a bit of background previously in the banking industry a long way back, so it did appeal to me. And they was looking for somebody they could mould rather than have somebody that had too much experience and maybe some bad habits in the industry. So I've always enjoyed customer service and problem solving, I suppose. So it seems like a good combination and a good new challenge for me.
Excellent. So you write all the protection for your firm?
That's it. I do all of it now, yes.
You work on referrals from Bobby, is that right?
Work on referrals from Bobby. Black and Gold have a pretty solid process, I'd say. The company's mainly built on referrals from existing clients that we have. We're always getting referrals from family and friends. Bobby then sows the seed during the mortgage process. Very early on, she explains that eventually I'll be speaking to them. So we're making clients aware of the need for protection very early on. I would say, one thing we do use is the insurance declaration as a tool, because you know it needs to be read and signed, and it reinforces again the need for the client of the importance of protection.
And you bring up the protection discussion really early on, or Bobby
really
does
early on.
Really early on.
Yeah. And as soon as when I've seen that insurance declaration, then I generally book them in, and we'll go through all the protection options. So yeah, it's very early on with us. Make clients understand the importance. So it's not just one big shock at the end of the process. It's going on throughout.
So what have you found works best for you as to get good client engagement around protection?
Got to get good client engagement. I'm going to say the word consumer duty. I know it's quite big. Obviously, I'm 12 months into this. It's been normal for me, consumer duty. But I think you can use it as a bit of a guide. I've always said I'm not a salesperson. I'm an advisor. So my best advice is showing them, again, the need for protection, avoiding jargon and overcomplicating things, and then making it personal to the client. Like, what if you didn't work, or how long could you survive if you wasn't earning an income? I suppose then it's obviously about listening to their answers, and hopefully they understand the risk of not having anything in place.
So what product do you normally start with when you're talking about protection to clients?
Well, I suppose off the back of that, what I was just saying, once I've generally asked them, what if you wasn't working, or how long could you survive? It naturally leads for me into a conversation about income protection very early on. Suppose I've always explained to clients about like a pyramid system where your income sits at the bottom and your house and your family are all at the top. And once that income goes, it all falls apart. I suppose it's trying to make the client understand. Again, it's all about them. I'm not a salesperson. Make them understand the need for it and how they would survive without an income.
And when you're talking about the protection, does budget come into account when you're talking to clients? How do you establish that budget?
Throughout the process at Black and Gold, I'm lucky 90% of the time the fact find that the company's been completed. So generally, I've got a bit of a heads up. I would still confirm these figures back with the client, what's been gone through. But then I've got a really good heads up on their income expenditures. Therefore, I know what the disposable income is and the affordability. And I would rather not ask, what is your budget? In terms of income protection, I try and normalise the cost of it. And I'll let them know that, did you know that for 1 or 2% of your salary, you can be looking at some long-term income protection? So I'm kind of, I suppose, setting the expectation then, and rather than people can go on the defensive, I think, when you go, what's your budget? A lot of clients don't realise that, oh, for 1% of my salary, I can get some long-term income protection. And then
So
I
like,
would
so for one, sorry, so 1% of their salary, they could protect 65% of their income.
generally 1 to 2%. Like I said, I've got the
Mm,
beauty of being able to do a bit of research before I speak, or
mm,
rather than, and then I always break it down into a weekly budget as well, and break it to say if it's £20 a week. But because I've just gone through the fact find again with them at the beginning of the call, I can relate back to them and say that with all those bills that we've just discussed, your mortgage, your electricity, all your committed expenditures, again, like I said, it all sits on top of this pyramid, and your income's at the bottom. What will you do if it all collapses? So relaying it back to the fact find, and it kind of makes it all click into place generally. Again, as well, also, I've got access to the statements a lot of the time, so I can see what they're already spending money on. I mean, and I can see they're spending £20 a week at Domino's. You can
yeah,
make it quite relatable. Going,
yeah.
well, 2% of your salary isn't going to be even that pizza. And why would you not insure your income? So, yeah, I mean, that's the way it generally goes. It's just making, like I said, it's all for me. It's not selling it, but I want them to understand that there's a need for it.
I quite like what you said about you break it down into weekly cost, because I think that resonates with customers when you look at it on a weekly. It just also, it seems less
Yeah,
expensive maybe.
I think
Um,
I do think a lot of people do live on a weekly basis as well, and it just
yeah,
makes it more relatable rather than a big lump sum at the end of the month. Break it
yeah,
down to people do have a takeaway every Sunday or Saturday, don't they? And if you can put it into context like that,
yeah.
it's just more relatable.
So, I mean, have you ever had any clients that, I mean, do you write protection on every referral that comes to you?
I mean, it's rare. There are obviously occasions when I don't write protection. There's sometimes some clients can't see the value. They will they will quite easily fall back on mum and dad, or I'll move back home. It is very rare, but it does happen.
Yeah,
I suppose it's quite natural as well for the younger people to think that it's not going to happen to me. Um, it's a trait with younger people, and I get it. I do get it. So you've got to. That's up to me then to use my life experiences to explain anything can and will happen.
yeah. So the
Sometimes clients have, yeah, I
mm,
was going to say sometimes, sorry, interrupt you, Sandra. Sometimes clients, they have got to go through their own life experiences to realise this, but I need to try and get in the door first and make them aware before something happens.
I suppose it's important to have scenarios that you can talk through with them,
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely got,
situations.
yeah, that's it. As you suppose, as you get older, you do go through all these life experiences, and that's part of being an advisor. You need to try and get that across to clients who maybe haven't been through as many experiences as yourself. We're not invincible. It's trying to make the younger ones understand that they're not all like that. I'm painting a bad picture, but no, it's just making them realise the importance of having protection in place. And generally, a lot of them do, and it's becoming more and more popular, income protection.
So you're finding by bringing the conversation up early with your clients, engaging them in a discussion and finding out their needs, you're finding that you're writing protection on most of the inquiries that come across to you.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose again, I got a lot of clients ringing up, have passed through to me, and really sometimes the main priority is life insurance.
Yeah,
And it's trying to explain to clients that, yeah, I mean, you're a young couple. It's great having the life insurance for the next 30 years, but the chances of you dying, well, you're more likely to have to be off work through sickness or injury than to pass away. And then it makes it click all of a sudden. Yeah, I suppose I'll be 55 when my mortgage is. Yeah, it's about protecting that income and not handing the keys back to the bank.
yeah.
You want to again protect that income, protect that pyramid, so everything stays in place basically.
I understand that you talk to all your clients at the beginning, you have a discussion with them, find out their needs, you're really passionate about income protection. And most of your clients, most of them that you get, do take protection. So I do understand that you have a couple that don't. Could you tell me what you normally would do in that situation?
Yes, there's a few things I normally do. It's my own little system, but I always, first of all, reinforce the risks involved of not having any protection in place. Quite important that they know that. Then, again, my next step is, well, let's look at something with a smaller premium. It's not going to be ideal, but as they say, something's better than nothing. So we go that route. Again, if we're hitting a brick wall, I follow up with emails on products information. For example, I'll just send them some information about income protection, maybe to get the cogs ticking a little bit and think about it. Again, if we're getting nothing, then I'll be booking them back, making contact with them 3 to 6 months. I still don't forget about these clients. Just because they've not taken anything out, they can still be part of the regular review. As life changes, things happen. But it's important to keep in contact with them. And so as long as I feel I've done as much as I can in the best possible way, and then just keep checking in on them every 3 to 6 months.
It's quite a good idea.
It's important to review clients that don't take anything out as well.
Because I think once couples have settled into their home and they've looked at what they're spending, and they've realised then they're in their own home, it becomes something that they might then want to start looking at once they've settled down a bit. And so contacting them after 3 or 6 months is really helpful. And I presume you do get people coming back and saying, yeah, actually, I do need to start looking at our protection now.
Well, they move into the new home, don't they? Then a family starts to grow naturally, and things change, don't they? So it's important not to forget about the clients. They're just as important, I think, as the clients that do take something out, because they've not got anything in place. Don't forget about them and try and get them something. It's important just to check in on basically every 3 to 6 months.
So what are your plans for this year, 2026?
I'm probably no longer classed as a newcomer now. I've been doing it over 12 months now. So I'll be checking in with all my current clients that I've had over the past 12 months, I suppose, booking them all in for reviews, seeing if anything's changed, if we can improve the cover, hopefully protect more clients, spread the word about income protection even more. It's still a growing form of protection. I want to increase my media social presence. That's something I need to do. Facebook, maybe try and take advantage of all the AI a little bit to direct more business to Black and Gold. And then I like keep booking back in with the BDMs. They're really good from all the different insurers. Keep booking for training. Keep on top of product knowledge. It's very important. They're all slightly different, aren't they? They all have the little benefits, and so keep booking back in for training. I also do the estate planning at Black and Gold as well. So I'm going to try and get some, hopefully, crosses over clients I'm speaking to about wills maybe and don't have protection. Maybe hopefully they can cross over a little bit, find more opportunities that way.
Excellent. Well, thank you today, Michael, for your time. You know where I am if you need any support, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thanks very much, Sandra. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.